everybody, and welcome to Dot to Dot. Today, I'm going to speak about some new information about the entry into the underground tunnel system to basically deactivate the flood system. So let me go to Google Earth, and I have the documents. Now, in the vault theory, this is from the Scrolls of Antiara. This is a picture of the original 7 pieces. Remember, there was 7 pieces. And this is the tunnel system that is mentioned by Bill Jackson that the Frenchman said that they were after. Remember, he said, what was it? He said the Frenchman was right. They wanted the information to the tunnel system. And this is the information. Then he goes on to say, it was broken up into 8 pieces, which is actually true because there's a tear in one of these pieces. It was broken up into 8 pieces. I have 4. Where is the other 4? So these are the pieces. He eventually got them, I guess, and put them together. And this is what comes out. And we'll go to an easier. This is just a recreation. And the Antiara schematic is, it follows the same points or locations as the Rochefoucauld map, which is A, which is the oak enter here is A, and B, that would be in La Formula. And La Formula is where you go 522 feet from La Hampe, and this is La Hampe. And then on the Rochefoucauld map, we have the vault, which is right here. And this is where you enter the vault. But before you enter the vault, this box is floating. And what you have to do is you have to close the valve at La Hampe, and then you have to go over to the valve. And the valve is on the Rochefoucauld map as La Soupape. And then you open that, and then you have to open the trap door, and that is La Trappe. And then the hole, which is La Trou, is F. So you uncover the hole, and this is the hole under the trap door. So that's the basic things about the Antiara schematic. And here's the map right here. This is the hole under the hatch, which is right here. The Soupape, which is the valve. Then we have triangle 2. And here is La Formula, and just showing you that La Formula is actually part of the Antiara schematics. See how they're the same shape? And this cipher is written on La Formula. And La Formula, basically, when translated, says this: do not dig at 40 feet. So you go down, you dig to 40 feet, and then with a 45-degree angle, and that's a directional angle, the pole is at 552 feet, or pied. It's actually pied in the translation. You can see it says right here. That's 522 pied. So, and this is the Marie note, and this has to do with basically the second distance right here, which is 1978, which gives us a second, basically a second trajectory or vector to discover the hole under the trapdoor. The 80 East, that is a heading that's very critical in determining the angle from the north anchor. That gives you the distance from cone E to the triangle too, which is right here. So, but I didn't want to get all into that. What I wanted to show you today is that in order to go here and you start at the oak entrance, you dig at a 45-degree angle, which is given by the Rochefoucauld map with the arrow that points north, remember? And you dig only about 17 feet, depending upon how big the oak entrance is, because it's 20 feet from center to center. And you dig, you enter that tunnel right here. And then you go to La Hampe, and that's where the valve is. And then that's 522 feet. And then I don't have it up here. I'll have to put it on. Let's see, the vault, to the vault. So this is to the vault. That's actually a 1937 survey line here. And this one is just to enter here. And then you go from here to the vault entrance. Now this is not the vault. It may be, I don't know how big it is, but I'm certain that this indicator on the map that is the vault is not necessarily where the vault is. As is, I don't think this is necessarily where the hole under the trap door is, or the valve. Triangle 2 is basically, well, you might have seen it on the Curse of Oak Island. I think it may be that stone with that bent tree, might be Triangle 2, maybe. But what I'm going to show you today is that if you notice that these two shapes, this is Nolan's Cross, extended from Cone E to the North Anchor, which is 1,444 feet from Cone E. But from Cone E to the hole under the trap door is also 1,444 feet. And we know that, remember, the 1978 is right here. And that starts from the 429 extension, and it goes through Cone C, and it ends up here. So that's how we verified the hole under the trap door. But there's much more to it than that. There's actually all these distances, like this distance here is 600 feet. And this distance here is 980 feet. And these are mathematically calculated through the use of that 80 degrees that I showed you on the Marie note. And it has to do with the North Anchor and calculating this angle right here. And this angle actually ends up being 24 degrees. And this is also probably the angle that may be the value here. A missing value, it says 20, the value, and we don't know what the other number was, but it could be 24. But this is, as you can see, that these are two similar parallelograms. They're not identical, but there is a similarity. There's one thing that is similar to both of them. And you probably have understood already, yes, the 1444. But there's much more than that. But I want to show you other things too, that after this was mathematically calculated, this is 600. And we've seen that number before. And that was the distance that was from La Hampe to the North intersection, the North 45 intersection from the Stone Triangle. This is how we locally found the Oak entrance. That's how we locally found the Oak entrance, is through that the association with the Stone Triangle and the 522 entrance. This distance, 600 distance, is also 600 feet to the stone out here, which is on the 1937 survey, the large boulder. So that is a similar. And then I also found that the distance from the headstone to the 522 entrance is the same as the other portion of the parallelogram, which is 980 feet. So there's an association with the headstone and the 522 entrance, L'Hamp, which is the valve, and the north-south line with the Stone Triangle. And also, you're going to find, this will come later, but there's also a lineup from the Oak entrance to eventually, which I think is where you go underground. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the two things that are similar in both the Nolan's Cross parallelogram and the West Side parallelogram is the distance between cone E and the center of the parallelogram. Because in a parallelogram, no matter what your cross median is, this one is a right angle, this one is a skew, no matter what your angle is on your cross median, it will always bisect the middle of your long median through the parallelogram. So yes, so the distance from cone E to the head to the middle of this parallelogram and to this parallelogram is equal, which is 722 feet. So there's a lot of similarities to the distances that may be associated with each of the puzzles. The other thing too I want to also mention, and this is one of the first similarities I found, which basically gave me verification of the conversion from pi to feet, was the distance from cone D to cone C. And it is 560 feet, which is the same as 522 pi, which we just read on the formula, which is the distance from L'Hamp to the 522 entrance. So there's a lot of similar distances that are being used in this geometry. One of the other things, I got a couple of, here's the picture of the headstone. And it is got this little dagger here that supposedly is engraved in it. And what I see in this is I see the word decapitated or beheaded. That's probably the oldest kind of word that would be associated with this, would be beheaded. And if you look at the term beheaded, it means to cut off the head of somebody and decapitate it, which is gruesome. But there's also another meaning, and that is to pirate a stream, to divert the headwaters of a river or stream, etc. So if you put this like together, okay, also this is Middle English, and Middle English is the etymology of this Middle English, which is 1150 to 1450. So what I'm thinking is the headstone is a clue that means where to go to divert the headwaters of the flood system, which is what the valve and the hole under the trapdoor does. So where would that be? Is it going to be this far away? Are they that far away apart? Or are these just virtual points to give you the geometry to find this point? And this point is on, let's get my lot map up. It's on lot 7. And triangle 2 is on lot 8. So it could be possible that the entry to get access the hole under the trapdoor in the valve, which is onto our map, which is here's the valve and the hole under the trapdoor to let the water out, to divert the water away, would be on lot 7 right here. All right. Well, if you liked it, subscribe and give me a like, most importantly, and I'll talk to you later.